I want to quickly do a compare and contrast between three credit unions. So we have BECU, First Tech, and Teachers FCU. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. So I will start with BECU. I mean, BECU is a great credit union. The only thing is that it is geo-restricted. You don't have to live in Washington State to qualify for a membership, but if you want to go to a branch, you can only go there. You can only visit a branch if you are in the state of Washington. So BECU is actually really great because it really offers free interest checking and savings. And the cool thing is that, by the way, BECU stands for Boeing Employees Credit Union, and it's actually open to more than just people who work at Boeing, right? People who live, work, worship, or attend school in Washington State can qualify for membership, as can folks who donate to one of a handful of foundations. BECU branches, as I said a little earlier, are concentrated in Washington State, where the credit union is based. And members can actually benefit from free checking and savings accounts and high rates on low balances. So that's really good in terms of flexibility. We love that a lot. And I want to quickly talk to you about the pros and cons of BECU as a credit union. So the pros first. There are no monthly fees, no minimum opening deposits on checking and savings account. You have large free nationwide ATM network and competitive rewards checking account. And here is a credit union that participates in shared branching. So that's really good in terms of flexibility once again. And what about the cons? Now, there are low rates for high balances. So if you have, let's say, $10,000 or $100,000, their APYs are really low. But it's still worth it anyway, in terms of checking accounts, savings accounts, MMAs, CDs, and so on and so forth. You probably can earn somewhere from 0.5% all the way to 2.5%. So that's really good. But what I want to say here is that you can qualify for membership in BECU if you donate to one of the charities that is associated with BECU. So that's really good. You don't have to work at Boeing, and you don't have to live in the state of Washington necessarily to qualify for membership. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. So now let's talk about BECU in terms of customer service. Their customer service is fantastic, okay? You are able to talk to someone over the phone. They'll get back to you. They're really responsive too. They'll get back to you via email. They'll get back to you, like if you go to a branch, you always have the opportunity to speak to someone. So that's really good. And if you are actually, if you reside in select counties in Oregon and Idaho, you are able to talk to someone a lot faster, okay? And one thing I want to say here is that it's one of those things where think about BECU as a credit union that's great also when it comes to loans and lines of credit and credit cards also. For loans, the maximum loan amount goes from $20,000 all the way to $50,000. And for credit cards, you have a similar limit. So it's around $50,000 maximum, but you have 30,000 free ATMs and more than 5,000 branches across the country. So that's really good in terms of, again, if you want to have convenience, that's really good. Now, BECU does charge some overdraft fees. So the thing is, you do not want to actually overdraw your account. It's just maybe better to have a lot of credit actually cover whatever outlays you have, okay? And one thing I want to say here, they charge you $10 for overdrawing your account up to 5 times a day. So that's really something to keep in mind. But overall, we love the fact that BECU is always there. They're very flexible in terms of helping you get the account that you need. And they're very responsive also. Their customer service is really, really knowledgeable. I mean, their customer service reps are knowledgeable. They will answer all questions that you have about the products that BECU really has. So that's really good in terms of having somebody holding your hands and showing you what's good and what's not good. So long story short, BECU, great for responsiveness, great for fee-free branches, and great for customer service. By the way, boss, let me quickly remind you, today's topic, we are having a conversation about BECU versus First Tech versus Teachers FCU. I want to talk to you now about First Tech. So, by the way, First Tech, the longer name is First Tech Federal Credit Union. So this is basically a full-service federal credit union that operates more than 40 branch locations, primarily in California, state of Washington, and Oregon, but with a handful of locations sprinkled across Colorado, Georgia, Idaho, Massachusetts, and Texas. So you can see that we still have the geo restriction here, even though First Tech operates in more states than BECU. And so First Tech actually offers checking accounts, savings accounts, and share certificates with very competitive rates and low fees, making it, in our view, a very sensible option for anyone living in the areas I really told you about earlier and who wants to save money and avoid fees. And most accounts can be opened and managed online, so that's really good. So it may still be worth considering, even if you don't live in one of those states that offer branch access. And First Tech offers several paths to a membership, although some of them may require paying a fee. Okay, so that's really something to be aware of. What are the pros and cons of First Tech? The pros first. There are no monthly maintenance fees. You have competitive rates on deposit accounts. That's really good. You have interest-bearing checking accounts. And you have low minimum opening balance requirements. What about the cons? Membership may require paying a fee. It can be $5 or $10. It really is kind of small, but there is a fee. There could be a fee in some markets. There are no money market accounts, and branch locations are limited to eight states. One thing I want to say is that everybody can qualify for membership, not a problem, okay? And it's one of those things where it's better to be located in one of those 8 states, but if you're not and you're comfortable doing online banking, you are good to go also. And that's really good. And what we love about First Tech is that they have a variety of checking accounts, savings accounts, and a variety in the terms of what they offer in terms of services. And if you actually have, if you maintain more than $10,000, $10 to $15,000 in your checking accounts, you will have interest-bearing checking accounts. So that's really cool. And you also need to make sure that you are able to be eligible for other important accounts. What we love about First Tech overall is that we love the fact that they're really fast also in terms of customer service, but they'll also take care of you in terms of analyzing your situation, your financial situation, and advising you which accounts can best fit your situation. So that's really good in terms of opportunity, but also in terms of flexibility. That's really fantastic. And one thing I want to say about First Tech is that you have the ability to always know exactly what's working and what's not working. What we love about First Tech is that you are constantly trying to see what kind of situation will be better for your accounts, for your conditions, but you always have somebody to kind of help you out, like an advisor, if you will. So that's really cool. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about BECU versus First Tech versus Teachers FCU. So when you think about First Tech, I want you to think about share certificates. I want you to think about bump up. So you have traditional share certificates. You have bump up share certificates. You have CDs. I mean, you have all. Think of First Tech as a full service credit union. So they offer IRAs, business checking and savings account, credit cards, personal loans, auto loans, home mortgage loans, student loan refinancing. So that's really good in terms of, again, the efficiency. You have student loan refinancing, commercial lending, personal insurance, business insurance, and investment services. So that's really cool. And so to become a member, a First Tech member is pretty simple. Okay. While First Tech primarily serves employees of partner tech companies, anyone can join the credit union by becoming a member of the Computer History Museum or Financial Fitness Association. You can apply to join either of those organizations via First Tech's online application or at a First Tech branch, but you may be required to pay an annual fee. So you are actually eligible for membership if you work for one of First Tech's hundreds of partner technology companies. You work in the state of Oregon, you work or live in Lake County, Oregon, you are a family member of a First Tech member, you are a member of the Computer History Museum, or you are a member of the Financial Fitness Association. So those two, as I said a little earlier, they require an annual membership fee. But the cool thing about First Tech is that they have a service called Access on the Go. So this basically goes through their digital banking. And so they offer all kinds of solutions around their digital banking to make sure that their members actually have access to everything they need to actually to transact, to pay to customers, to like whatever they have to do to pay suppliers, to get payments from customers, and so on and so forth. So that's really good in terms of the flexibility that this credit union is offering its members. Let's talk about Teachers FCU. I mean, Teachers is another fantastic credit union. So when you think about Teachers, I want you to think about, you don't have to be a teacher to qualify for membership in Teachers, a federal credit union. And of course, this credit union was started with teachers in mind, but nowadays they're really opening up their membership. And here is a credit union that offers a variety of accounts with competitive rates and benefits, but you'll have to be located in Michigan or Indiana to qualify, making it a restrictive choice for those who want mobility. Let's talk about the pros and cons. The pros first. So Teachers Credit Union accounts offer decent interest rates, even for select checking accounts. Some checking accounts holders qualify for discounts on certain loans, and you can access your funds through the co-op shared branch network of credit unions if you travel out of state. What about the cons? Branch locations are only located in Indiana and Michigan. In some cases, you must live or work in a qualified Indiana or Michigan county or township or be related to an existing TCU member to join. And members are required to open a primary share savings account with a $5 minimum deposit and a $7 membership fee. So in terms of geo restriction, you have it there. But think about the fact that, Teachers is pretty open. Despite its name, as I said a little earlier, despite its name, Teachers Credit Union actually does not limit its membership to education professionals. Rather, the regional credit union in Indiana and Michigan has an open membership policy for any qualified locals who join by paying a membership fee. And the credit union has more than 300,000 members and millions of dollars in assets. So that's really cool. Okay, that's really great. But what we love about Teachers is their flexibility. Flexibility in terms of the accounts they offer, but flexibility in terms of their customer service. So that's really an important element to think about. So flexibility in terms of checking, savings, and CDs. Fantastic. And they also have flexibility in terms of money market accounts. So money market accounts, you are talking about earning 0.75% APY on balances under $100,000 and 1.26% APY on balances above $100,000. And there is actually no minimum investment period. And as a user, you can set up automated deposits through online banking. So that's really cool in terms of giving you the freedom to manage your money. And you also have a business account, so you can have a business checking account. So TCU offers three different business checking accounts with benefits tailored to the size of your business. And all of those accounts offer the opportunity to bypass a monthly fee if you maintain qualifying balances. So you have small business checking, and commercial checking. So small business checking, this will require a $100 minimum deposit to open an account, no ongoing minimum balance or a monthly fee, no fee for the first 50 deposits or cleared items each month, and you got to pay a $10 monthly fee for business bill payment after the first 3 months. So for business checking, this account requires a $100 minimum deposit to open an account. You have to pay a monthly fee of $20 for balances under 10,000, and there is no fee for the first 125 deposits and 250 cleared items every single month. And then you have a commercial. You have a commercial checking, and this requires $100,000 minimum to open this account. You got to pay a $20 monthly fee for balances under $100,000. And there is no fee for the first 250 deposits and 500 cleared items every single month. So you do have the flexibility. I was talking to you throughout this show. And one thing I want to say is that you also have money market accounts for businesses. So in case you're interested in that, not a problem, but you're going to have to qualify for membership for TCU membership on the business side too, though. Boss, I want to quickly remind you to this topic. We are having a conversation about BECU versus First Tech versus teachers. So here is our decision. Big question is, should you go with BECU or First Tech or teachers? It really depends. First of all, are you looking for a credit union, or are you looking for a bank? Are you looking for a regional bank? Are you looking for a local bank, or even a state bank, or a national bank such as Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or Citi? Because it's important, because both banks and credit unions commonly offer direct deposits such as savings. So they offer deposit accounts such as savings, checking, and money market accounts. However, the main difference between banks and credit unions is that banks are for-profit institutions, whereas credit unions are not-for-profit and distribute profits among the members, often in the form of higher yields on accounts. So this is really important to keep in mind. And another difference is that banks typically allow anyone to apply for accounts, while credit unions often restrict membership to requirements such as geographical area or industry. So this is something to really keep in mind. So when we think about the credit unions, we think about a lot of possibilities, right? Let's quickly go through the pros and cons of credit unions. So pros, that generally offer deposit account rates that are above national averages, and some even offer highly competitive yields. Service is often more personalized since the credit unions commonly have a close ties to the communities they serve. What about the sadness part of things? Well, some credit unions limit their membership based on where you live or work, or what industry you work in. And smaller credit unions might not have the resources to offer a mobile app. So this is something to really keep in mind. So, but should you go with BECU, First Tech, or teachers? Our preference is First Tech. We think First Tech is the more open, quote unquote open, the bigger of those three. BECU is still great, but even if you don't live in Washington State, you can still go with BECU. But teachers is more limited. So if we were to rank them, so that will be BECU 9.9 over 10. So sorry, First Tech 9.9 over 10, BECU 9.5 over 10, and teachers 8.9 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was doing a quick compare and contrast between BECU, First Tech, and teachers. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time.